5 on Your Side at 10 starts now.
Active pattern developing. When and where rain will fall over the next couple of days, plus how much you can expect.
Just hours ago, a rousing rally in the City Hall Rotunda.
Stand up, fight back.
Tonight, the call to fix what advocates call a housing crisis. Our top story, gunfire inside a grocery store.
That's scary. That's all I gotta say.
The shots fired at a suspected shoplifter.
Tonight, St. Louis police say a security guard fired his weapon. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. The shooting happened just a few hours ago at the Aldi store at North Grand and Natural Bridge near Fairground Park. New tonight, 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend has a reaction from concerned shoppers.
Wednesday afternoon, shopper after shopper kept coming to this Aldi store in North City.
This is the Aldi's I always come to.
I come here every other day.
But 1 week before Thanksgiving, the shoppers approached the store only to see the front door locked, this notice telling them closed for the time being, and everyone turned away.
I talked to a store manager who would not go on camera, but he did tell me a male security guard shot a man who was trying to steal from the store.
Police say when the security guard intervened, shots were fired.
That's like real messed up to shoot a person for stealing, instead of just calling the police department and let them handle it.
Investigators say officers got to the scene and found the man suffering from non-life-threatening injuries. The Aldi manager tells 5 on Your Side there were customers inside the store at the time of the shooting.
That's scary. That's all I gotta say.
It's like that almost every other day.
What do you mean?
I mean, like, stealing. Yeah, you know, people coming in here taking stuff, you know, and running out. Sometimes I see them come out here chasing them. They're here to do the job.
Neither the security guard or anyone else was hurt.
It's an inconvenience for this store to be closed because it's the only store for all of these people.
Police haven't said if the wounded man was armed. Detectives are reviewing video evidence, hoping to learn more. Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
And we reached out to Aldi's corporate office for comment, but we have not yet heard back. Police have not said yet if any charges will be filed.
Now to your weather impact forecast. Right now, much needed rain is moving toward the bi-state. It should arrive by morning. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is tracking the timing and the impact. Scott.
And you know, I don't think a lot of us in the metro area and points north will see a whole lot of rain tomorrow. I think our opportunity will come as we head into tomorrow night. But south of St. Louis, it's going to get wet for sure by early tomorrow morning. That's looking Florissant tonight. We still have the low clouds. It's still murky. Temperatures holding about steady across the region. And there's no rain in the 5 on Your Side area now, but it's not that far away. We're starting to see these scattered showers and thunderstorms developing down along the Missouri-Arkansas border and then stretching down Highway 44 here southwest of Springfield through Tulsa into Oklahoma City. That area is just going to continue to fill in here as we go into the wee hours tomorrow morning. It looks like we've pushed everything back by about an hour or two, but as we head towards 4 to 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, an area of showers and some rumbles of thunder will be sliding closer to the metro area. The heaviest rain will be south of St. Louis, Potosi, Farmington, Steelville. That'll spread over towards Sparta, but it's just nicking the metro area as we head through tomorrow. So the rest of the night, temperatures are staying down in the 40s, pretty much steady. The chance for rain increasing as we head towards daybreak. Tomorrow, most of the rain is south of St. Louis early, and then on Friday, much more widespread across the area. We'll track it for you on Friday in just a few minutes.
Stay on top of the active weather over the next few days. Text the word weather to 314-425-5355. We'll send the latest forecast to your phone.
Struggles tonight for a program designed to help tenants facing eviction in the city of St. Louis.
5 on Your Side's Laura Barteski is live outside City Hall, where within the last 2 hours, a Board of Aldermen committee finished hearing testimony on where things stand. Laura.
Mike and Kelly, the Right to Counsel program has only been operational for about 14 months and is not fully funded by the city like it should be. Now, following the tornado, the eviction situation is getting worse and the need has grown.
In the past year, there were more than 6,000 evictions in the city of St. Louis. In 2023, the St. Louis Board of Aldermen passed the Right to Counsel bill that was supposed to provide $2.5 million for tenant legal assistance. Since then, less than $700,000 has been spent on what's called the Housing Eviction Law Program, staffed by 2 attorneys from Legal Services of Eastern Missouri.
They make a difference in people's lives every single day. I'm proud to call them colleagues and personal friends. but 2 attorneys is not nearly enough.
Those attorneys say since the program began, they've gotten 367 new clients and their cases. They've been able to close 233 cases and 134 are still in progress, but they've had to turn away a lot more than they could take on. Misha Hurst is one of their success stories. She's one of dozens of people who are rallying before the hearing.
I did pay up until the end of my lease, and I still was being harassed, and I was able to get legal counsel through them. Had I not been able to do that, I would have probably been out on the street.
But there are so many more people who need help following the tornado, like Jamila Mitchell.
But instead of support, me and my family, we were pushed into the court system while we were trying to recover from a disaster.
Mitchell was also able to get an attorney.
I was able to come up with a solution with my landlord, but I don't think I would have been able to do that without having that counsel.
During a Board of Aldermen committee meeting, we learned a permanent funding source had not been dedicated, and according to the attorney who helped write the legislation, it's on the mayor's office to do that. Alderwoman Shameen Clark-Hubbard says she committed to identifying the problems and finding the best way to address them.
What we have to do is make sure that people are in the right places with the right heart and mind to be able to help. This is a decision that they can make administratively.
So what's next? The Board of Aldermen have to come up with a plan to help address the problems with right to counsel. And that could require a variety of different things. It could involve the budget process, and it will likely involve hiring more people. But right now, there's no set timeline. Downtown, I'm Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
Just hours ago, President Donald Trump signed the Epstein Transparency Bill into law. It's expected to force the Justice Department to release all of its documents on the sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The DOJ can withhold information that reveals victim identities, contains sensitive personal data, or would interfere with an active investigation or prosecution. It now has 30 days to release those files. Just hours ago, embattled St. Louis Sheriff Alfred Montgomery was in court, handcuffed, and his feet in shackles. It's the first time we've seen him since he was sent to jail last month on a separate federal charge. Today was day one of the state trial to remove him from office. He's fighting 6 counts, including claims he misused public money, violated civil rights, and ordered illegal arrests. Among those to take the stand today, Tammy Ross, the jail supervisor Montgomery had arrested. Testimony will resume tomorrow.
Tonight, 3 16-year-olds are in juvenile custody charged in the murder of a 14-year-old boy. DeJuan Morgan was shot and killed by a stray bullet last month when it flew into his home in Glasgow Village. Investigators say the 3 teens were shooting at each other in the area of Hopkirk Drive at the time. All 3 face second-degree murder charges. And tonight, a mother is now charged with child endangerment in the death of her 2-year-old son. Bianca Wells is the mother of Breon Wells. He was found unresponsive at a home on Thekla last month. Investigators say the child was strangled and suffered other injuries. Nico Cotton is charged with second-degree murder in the child's death.
Tonight, the Missouri State High School Activities Association is pushing back on accusations of discrimination. Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hadaway launched an investigation into a whistleblower allegation of race and sex discrimination on their board of directors. Misha says a constitutional provision states 2 at-large seats on the 10-member board must be held by a minority.
Caught on camera, Good Samaritans taking a risk in the middle of the night to warn an Afton couple of a large fire creeping towards their home.
That fire broke out early Sunday morning on Siebert Avenue. 5 on your side's Tracy Hinson talked to both the rescuers and the thankful couple.
After this backyard fire on Siebert Avenue, people were looking for Lindenwood football's corner coach Jordan Perry and Kansas City TV reporter Alyssa Jackson.
So me and my girlfriend were actually heading home from a night out with friends.
That's when they saw the flames.
Immediately, me and my girlfriend parked the car in the middle of the street.
And then they did this.
Why would you just go up to someone's door that late at night? You know the risks that come with that, not just as a person, but also as a Black person.
A risk Jackson takes most days at work.
As a reporter, we're used to door knocking. We're used to going up to a stranger. We're used to sitting in a stranger's home to talk. So it was just an instinct for me. And the reason why I started yelling, "It's a fire, it's a fire, it's a fire."
They woke up the homeowners and their neighbors and then left to get out of the way for the fire trucks.
The home luckily was untouched other than just a little bit of our siding had
melted from the heat that was close by on the garage.
Fixing their home wasn't Rob and Katie Burgess's first priority.
I've just been on this mission to find Alyssa and Jordan.
Naturally, Katie found them online.
My uncle actually texted me a video from Facebook.
Turns out Perry doesn't live all that far from the Burgesses.
And my boyfriend is her neighbor. Just, kind of close enough, but also far enough away to where they didn't know each other. So
they didn't know at the time, but it was a case of neighbors helping neighbors. In Afton, I'm Tracy Henson, 5 on your side.
The family believes the cause of the fire was an illegal burn in the neighbor's yard.
Car thieves unlocking new ways to pull off their crimes.
Just complete shock. Kind of violated, your privacy.
How they're using high tech as their accomplice. Turned away from the maternity ward.
Daughter's being kicked out of his hospital because she's in active labor.
Tonight, a couple's demand after being forced to deliver their own child.
Cold air is poised to head our way next week. There's 2 impactful weather systems, though, we have to deal with before that chill arrives.
I was stripped of my dignity as a person because I was treated less than an animal.
Tonight, a couple is demanding an apology from an Indiana hospital. They say they were turned away while mom was in active labor.
Minutes later, she gave birth to their 4th child in their truck. Mercedes Wells says she spent 6 hours in the hospital and was never seen by a doctor, only a nurse who didn't treat her like she was in active labor. The couple claims they were asked to leave. They were driving to another hospital when Dad had to pull over and help Mom deliver.
I started pushing, I kind of tugged and pulled a little bit, and baby came out, and just didn't know what to do. I just prayed.
The couple has not filed a lawsuit. Their attorney says hospital officials owe them a meeting and an apology.
Tonight, a crime caught on camera shows how thieves are using new technology to pull off brazen robberies right from suburban driveways. Police say thieves are using a tablet meant for locksmiths. It can reprogram the computer in newer cars. Thieves are also using antennas to pick up signals from key fobs inside homes.
Once they pick up that signal, they send it to somebody standing by the car, opens the car right up, gets in, pushes the start button, and off they go.
Police suggest not leaving your keys near the door or putting your key fob in a Faraday bag, which can block signals. They say low-tech tools like a steering wheel club also works. Tomorrow marks 1 week until Thanksgiving, and this year a record number of holiday travelers are expected to travel by plane, train, or automobile.
Tonight, Jen Sullivan explains what travelers can expect in the skies and the worst times to hit the road next week.
Air travel is beginning to return to normal just in time for the busy Thanksgiving travel week. A welcome relief for many passengers whose travel plans were uprooted by delays and cancellations during the government shutdown.
Thank goodness it happened before the holidays because we all deserve good getaways.
As the government shutdown dragged on, the FAA reduced air traffic by 4% at 40 major airports across the country. It caused mass flight delays and cancellations, but transportation authorities gave airlines the green light to resume normal operations Monday, and the disruptions from the government shutdown appear to be over.
I think we're going to have a smooth, hopefully, Thanksgiving travel.
But travelers should still brace for long lines at airports and plenty of cars on the roads. AAA is projecting nearly 82 million people will travel 50 miles or more between Tuesday, November 25th and Monday, December 1st. That's a new record. At least 73 million of those travelers are expected to drive.
We're going to have more traffic and more congestion on the roads.
AAA spokesperson Aixa Diaz says those numbers could be even higher if people decide to drive instead of fly because they're worried about flight disruptions.
A lot of people are going to make that call, though, at the last minute.
If you are driving, AAA says the worst times to travel are Tuesday between noon and 9 p.m. and Wednesday between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. The worst time to return home is Sunday between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. Here's the good news for drivers. The national average for a gallon of regular gas is around $3.11 as of Wednesday, according to GasBuddy.com. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
While gas prices are down from recent months, they're up slightly from last Thanksgiving. We just checked with AAA minutes ago. Right now, the average price in the St. Louis metro area is $2.76. That's 8 cents more than this time last year. Over in the Metro East, gas prices are about the same as last year at $3.13 a gallon. Tonight on the 5 Plus streaming app, we're getting you prepared for record Thanksgiving travel and the cost of your holiday feast. You can watch our Thanksgiving special tonight at 11:30 for free. If you haven't downloaded 5 Plus to your smart TV, just search KSDK in your app store.
3, 2, 1.
Well, just hours ago, they flipped the switch on the holidays at the streets of St. Charles. County Council Chair Mike Elam had the honors. There were also Christmas carolers and free hot cocoa. And 'tis the season for holiday lights, Winterfest, and brewery lights. They all kick off this weekend. For a full list of the dazzling displays on both sides of the river, just text the word lights to 314-425-5355 and we'll send it straight to your phone.
And Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell's back with the weather impacts forecast. It is feeling a lot more like the holiday season because the weather's getting cooler, the temps. But the rain is also moving in.
Yes, we do have some rain on the way tonight, especially south of St. Louis. Everybody's questioning how much rain are we going to get? Well, I tell you, we're going to look at this. We look at it together, and you can clearly see if you go south of St. Louis, those colors represent more rainfall for sure. Metro area and then going north and northeast, lesser amounts in the rain gauge. And this is between now and very late Friday night into early Saturday morning. So yes, there's still the potential we get around an inch or so of rain in St. Louis. Most of that is going to come as we head into early Friday morning, not tomorrow. What's farther south? Much of that comes tomorrow, and then we'll stretch it right on into Friday. But there's a lot of dry time for many of us tomorrow. So Thursday, Friday, we're close to 60 both days. That's above average for this time of year. We don't have to worry about wintry precip. All rain for sure. Dry this weekend. Important. Temperatures are going to be mild, near 60 still, and then things change going into next weekend. Nothing on the radar screen around St. Louis right now. There probably won't be for about another 3 hours, and then we'll start to see the rain chances really ramping up across the region. We're still at 48. That's our low for the day. We only made it to 51. Here's the rain evolving down to our southwest. Some thunder in here, too. Those have been some hail producers down across parts of Oklahoma. The system itself is spinning in the southwest. They had some hail down there around Phoenix. Tomorrow morning, you'll walk out the door. The best chances for rain south of St. Louis. But the fringes of that northern shield of the rain will be in the metro area around the rush hour. Here it is coming at us as we head through early tomorrow morning. Again, St. Louis points north, not a whole lot of rain tomorrow morning. Farther south, you may pick up a quarter to a half an inch of rain. Much of the rest of the day is uneventful, just kind of gloomy and chilly. Then we get into tomorrow night. A larger shield of rain starts spreading in. Look where it's focused, along and north of the Missouri River, right along Interstate 70 into St. Louis, and it's happening during the rush hour Friday morning. It'll be a slow go for Friday morning's rush hour. Again, during the afternoon, it scatters out, and that'll be the case going into Friday evening before we shove everything away. And again, the heaviest rain is to the south of St. Louis with this scenario. Dry over the weekend, near 60. Another system for later Monday into Tuesday brings us the chance for some showers, maybe some thunder overnight Monday night. And then as we head towards Thanksgiving, we do expect those temperatures to actually drop back into the 40s. Your hour-by-hour forecast tomorrow, most of the rain very early on.
Scott, thanks. Frank is next with sports.
We will show you the future of the Cardinals. Illinois basketball with a tough test and a diver who never loses.
5 on Your Side's Thanksgiving Food Drive, sponsored by Thrivent Financial.
5 on Your Side and Thrivent are teaming up with Operation Food Search to help our neighbors in need this Thanksgiving. And every dollar you give provides $6 in food. To donate, just scan the QR code on your screen.
When you are not signing big-name free agents, your farm system has to loom large. and these two are the best in the nest for the Cardinals. J.J. Weatherholt has been named the Minor League Player of the Year, and Bryson Motts is the Pitcher of the Year. Motts was a second-round pick in the 2022 draft. He went 8-3 in Springfield with a sub-3 earned run average. The lefty had 134 strikeouts in 114 innings. Weatherholt has a chance for greatness. He won the Texas League MVP and actually got better at AAA. He hit .314 with a nearly 1,000 OPS. He will play second or third base one day in the near future for the Cardinals. What's he working on now?
Really just focusing mainly right now on hitting in the strength part of just trying to get a little bit more explosive so we can add some speed and strength, hopefully hit the ball a little bit further and be able to use my legs even more.
If you're a college basketball fan, and most right-thinking Americans are, the place to be tonight was the United Center in Chicago. Number 8 Illinois squaring off against number 11 Alabama. A lot of talent on the floor. Watch this sequence. The block on one end for the Fighting Illini, and then on the other end, Andrei Stojakovic will throw it down with feeling. And the crowd went berserk in Chi-Town. About a minute to play. Hill and Boswell to the rack for the bucket and one. The lead is 3 for Alabama. Ben Humrickhouse drilled the 3 with 8 seconds left to cut it to 2. Not enough. Alabama escapes 90-86.
This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
Goalkeeper Roman Berkey joined his City SC teammates for 4 additional weeks of training after the regular season ended. It was not a season to remember for Berkey. To top things off, he sat out for 2 months with a broken hand. But he's got a new contract, and he's looking forward to 2026 after the extra training, which wasn't always soccer-centric.
Doing different stuff, boxing, pickleball, padel, and stuff. So it was a great time. And to be honest, I can say a big compliment to the whole team, how we handled this, the energy they brought in, and how serious we took it.
SIU Edwardsville Athletics has achieved some bragging rights. Their cumulative graduation success rate ranks as the top for all Division I public institutions. 7 Cougar sports achieved a perfect 100 rating. Speaking of perfection, he is ranked as the 5th best diver in America in the junior class. His GPA is 4.3, and his next stop is Princeton. With the help of photographer Tom Stasiak, we give you the Max Van Stone story. Inside this school in Creve Coeur is a champion. This is Chaminade junior Max Van Stone, who just won his 3rd consecutive state diving championship.
Go Max.
And it had a Secretariat at the Belmont kind of finish.
To give it perspective, he could have skipped his last dive and still won. I mean, he was that far ahead.
Make no mistakes, this 5'8", 132-pounder is an athlete, but an artist also.
It's a sport where you want to make it look effortless. You want to be graceful in the air, on the board, when you enter the water. And I think there's a real art in doing that. And I think a lot of divers are perfectionists like myself. And I think finding that balance between knowing when you did a good dive and where there's room for improvement can be very hard.
It's extremely technical.
Get a better top and point your toes.
But the goal is simple entering the water. Be vertical with little splash. And you get there through years of work.
I've been diving since I was 4 years old.
In the summer for Max, it's 6 days a week and 5 hours a day. The payoff?
It's not so much about being great, it's more so accomplishing your goals. And I think in return that makes you great.
And his next big goal is to be at the trials in 2028. Good luck to Max.
Would love to see that.
Yeah, thanks, Frank.
All right, they're only 1 short day old. The St. Louis newborns ready for a return to Oz.
Coming up next on the 5+ streaming app, you can catch an all-new episode of my video podcast, and there you have it. My guest is Mark Schreiber, the president of the St. Louis Sports Commission, who talks about the 20th anniversary of the Musial Awards and the origin of the event.
So it all started with us actually bidding on an event that was called, of all things, the Citizenship Through Sports Alliance Awards Dinner, and you can tell why we renamed it.
We also talk about landing the U.S. Figure Skating Championship, so you can download 5 Plus and watch for free on your smart TV. The 20th anniversary of the Musial Awards is this Saturday at Stiefel. To find more about your app, just search KSDK in your app store.
Look forward to seeing Chrissy Yamaguchi there,
Yeah.
too. Well, tonight you watched Wicked on 5 on your side ahead of this weekend's theatrical debut of the highly anticipated sequel, Wicked for Good. Today we learned the stage musical is flying back to the fabulous Fox in the spring of 2027. And talk about wickedly adorable. The newborns at St. Louis Children's Hospital were dressed up as characters from Oz. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. They include Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, Cowardly Lion, Glenda, and Elphaba.
All right, Scott, you just got a few seconds.
All right, we are talking about rain tomorrow, but it's mostly early on and mostly south of St. Louis. Metro area don't see much tomorrow. We get it on Friday.
There you have it. 5 on your side at 10. We're always streaming on 5 Plus.
Have a great tomorrow.